The vast majority of these people who are getting in the small boats are desperate because it is incredibly dangerous to come over in that way. And the point is, if you process these people, 70% of them have a claim that is valid. The most disgusting thing about this vile policy that I am deeply ashamed of, and which I think makes Sunak, it just absolutely epitomises the stubbornness of this essentially unelected prime minister by the country, to not accept that this is a terrible idea. Okay, so the two things that the Lords...
Hang on a minute. He will say, as tragic as it is, the deaths today are the reason he's fought for this policy.
But it isn't the reason he's fought for this policy, because if he wanted to stop the boats coming, he would have basically put routes in for that to happen. He would have processed people much quicker. He would have spent all of this money on getting 40,000 people out of hotels and either deporting them. In 2012, the Home Office deported 15,000 people. That went right down because of everything we always hear about, all of the cuts and everything. This is their fault, this backlog, this jam. But it's a complete and utter gimmick to win some votes. And I can't wait for the election so the electorate can show what we really think.
Where do you deport people to? Are we talking about asylum seekers or migrants? For me, there's a clear difference between the
Correct.
two. Asylum seekers are in desperate need or in trouble. Mm-hmm. There are lots of migrants that aren't in those situations that are thinking they can come to this country and it's an easy ride.
I don't think they get on those boats.
We are bloated here already. Our economy is struggling. Our health service is struggling. We don't have enough schools, all those sorts of things are already completely bloated. So if you're going to start deporting people, where would you deport them to?
See, this argument
back to their country that they fled from, where they'll be probably persecuted for doing that.
No, you don't know. You take those people in. So you're talking about...
I get your argument, but what's the alternative?
The alternatives, you're talking about, say, let's talk about 40,000 people, and they're going to spend, and you said 370 million. I've read 500 million. It could be up to 600 million, according to Reuters. Spend that on these hospitals that you've promised us. Spend that on schools that we desperately need.
But wouldn't you process? Because the processing is the money there.
Yeah.
It's partly flights to Rwanda, but it's also which you want them processed, right?
Today he's going to give them 50 million just because it's gone through. They've spent millions and millions and millions. And by the way, they're not even letting us see the true cost on housing.
But what would it cost to keep them here?
On housing that they've now sold back to Rwandans. There's only 33 houses, apparently.
Yeah, but...
Would you just let everybody come in?
No, absolutely not.
So what I'm saying is that's fine, but what is the alternative? What do these people that you're not going to allow in, where are you going to send them?
So if they have...
You're just going to go, sorry, on the beach, turn around, off you go.
No, basically, as they did with Albania, so they have a process now with Albania, and it's gone right down in terms of the Albanians that are trying to come here, and that's just through diplomacy. And that has actually stopped those people getting in boats.
But there was never any reason for anyone from Albania to come here as an asylum seeker.
Exactly, which is why they've really reduced that. And I agree with that. I'm not saying that we can take every single person into this country and that we can cope with that. But I am saying that if you have got somebody, for instance, who is an Afghan veteran who helped the British military and risked their lives for us, do you think that we owe them?
But that's an asylum seeker.